Commitment 2018 coverage this morning. We're covering the state Senate race for District 40. Democrat Carrie Hicks taking on Republican candidate Joe Howe. And this morning, Carrie Hicks joins us live in studio. Thank you so much for being here, Carrie. It's great to talk with you. Let's talk about this. You are a teacher, you're a wife, you're a mother. Why are you running for public office?
You know, I mean, I think it's all of those things that have really uniquely positioned me to run for this race right now. Hopefully, we agree as Oklahomans that education needs to be put as a top priority this coming legislative session. Having my background in the classroom, I think it uniquely has, prepared me to take the voice of the teacher to the state capitol to actually start to make some long-term adjustments to the way that we're educating our kids and making sure that it's fully funded.
You currently teach math and science at Grove Valley, 4th grade.
Yes.
My daughter's 4th grade, so I'm really in love with that grade right now.
Me too.
Did your job compel you to run, and how about the teacher walkout? Had you considered it before that?
Sure. We had actually been announced and running almost a year in advance of the teacher walkout. I was actually just thankful that, it had been finally moved to the spotlight, knocking doors well in advance of the walkout. People seemed, a little bit reticent to kind of address, education as being a top priority. But I think what we've seen is now people are finally aware of the challenges that we're facing in the classroom. And there's a lot of will, a lot of motivation to want to fix that.
What's wrong in the classroom and how will you fix it?
I think everyone would agree that we have a shortage of teachers, of well-qualified candidates to stand at the front of our classrooms. And so, when we started this whole thing, we were at record numbers of emergency certified educators standing in front of the classrooms, teaching our children. And now, we're continuing to be on track for a historical number again this year. Last year, 104,000 students were impacted or taught by someone other than a teacher. I think that is enough motivation to say we've got to fill the pipeline with quality, certified educators that actually can get at the heart of, fixing some of this educational gaps and academic gaps that we have right now.
Where do we get the money? So not only to attract a qualified person that wants to come to our state, where do we get the money for even more increased teacher pay raises and other money that is required to support education? Some people at the state capitol say, well, we've done our best. We just don't have any more to give.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of the message we were left with at the conclusion of the walkout when we decided to go back to the classroom. There was just this, there's no money to be had. And I would say that, that's out of touch. To me, it's the greatest investment we have. It's our greatest resource. Kids are truly our future for the next generation of running our state. And we want a well-qualified, a well-educated workforce. So to me, it is the best investment. I think we saw a lot of things come to light, such as the capital gains loophole exemption. I think, maybe there will be some movement on that as a way to create revenue. I think we also look at the budget and say, is spending, 3 times as much on an inmate to incarcerate that person a better use of our dollars than educating them? So I think there's a lot of things that we need to do as far as, being really critical of our state budget and making sure that it is the best investment moving forward.
In the primary, you and your opponent, very, very close. The numbers were very close. Almost you got the same exact votes. Do you anticipate this will be a tight race as you head to the general election?
I think in any election you ought to anticipate that it ought to be close. I think that for us, we've just kept our ground game strong. We've continued to carry our campaign message to thousands of voters in the district. I myself personally have knocked over 9,000 doors just to be able to have that face-to-face interaction. I think it really helps people start to understand what the issues are versus any kind of labels that we might put on individuals that are seeking office.
As a woman, as a mother, as a wife, I imagine you've had, what challenges and what positive things have you come across on the campaign? Because we were talking the other day about this, that women, many times someone will say, well, how are you going to balance all this? But no one would think to ask a male candidate those things. What positives have you seen on the campaign trail? What things do you know we need to change?
I was actually pregnant for 9 months of this campaign. So I have an 8-month-old at home. We've been running for 18 months. It's been a big investment for our family, big time commitment and a lot of sacrifice. And so for other women that are seeking office, I say go for it. If you're even considering it. You know, I think that women bring a different perspective than men. I'm not saying it's better or worse, I'm just saying it's different. You know, and research has indicated that when there's a more balance of gender in any kind of, you know, school board, city council board, I mean, anything like that, that the conversations are different whenever there's a better balance. So, you know, I think also it's kind of worked in my favor as well because, you know, I'm like I said, knocking doors 8 to 10 hours a day to try and really connect with people. And, you know, as a teacher, I think I have a good ear for listening to really want to be able to connect and say, okay, you know, I think we agree, you know, on these 3 fundamental issues, and maybe we'll disagree in some areas, but moving forward, I think it's going to take a lot of collaboration and some compromise.
And we're 49th in the country, women represented at our state capitol, so we know that has to change, that's not right. We don't want to be on the bottom of that list.
Exactly.
How are you different from your opponent?
You know, I am the only candidate that stood in a classroom. You know, overcrowded, underfunded, I mean, however you want to talk about it. I mean, I am the only candidate that really has a background in education and understands the unique challenges that we've been facing in this state for over a decade. You know, and looking to the future, I mean, criminal justice reforms to me are shaped by my perspective in the classroom because I've seen the long-term implications of a broken criminal justice system. Kids being separated from their parents, and maybe, you know, their mothers made a bad choice and they need to pay a consequence. But I disagree that incarcerating nonviolent offenders is the best that we can do at this point in our state.
Let's take a look at that District 40 map for those that aren't familiar with that area, just to give you an idea. So you have a large area. You say you've knocked on 9,000 doors in that district. That's a lot of work. And you've been on the campaign trail how many years now? You said
so 18 months.
18 months. And also we do want to mention your challenger is Joe Howell, and then Christopher Hensley. He is the independent candidate. So we've reached out to both of those candidates, and hopefully they will come on our 9 a.m. show as well. And you keep us posted as you continue on this campaign trail. We appreciate you being here so much.
Thanks,
all right,
Maggie.
Take care.